Patch 25.20 just dropped, and with it a ton of jungle shakeups that you absolutely need to know about before you start climbing again. So in this video we are breaking down the best junglers for every rank this patch. Let's jump straight into the changes first, and then we will go tier by tier. So first off, Pantheon jungle buffs, prior nerfs, Volibear and Warwick nerfs, plus Graves and Wukong adjustments. Pantheon's buff mainly helped his early clear and consistency. His jungle sustain feels smoother now, which makes him a legit option again. On the other side, Warwick, Volibear and Briar all got nerfed, but honestly the nerfs didn't do much. They are still absolute beasts, especially in low elo where their straightforward playstyle and insane dwelling potential carry games by themselves. Graves and Wukong both got targeted adjustments. Graves had his power shifted a bit toward bruiser builds, slightly hurting his crit setup, but right now lethality into crit is still his best performing route. Wukong took some hits, but honestly he is still fine. A little weaker early, sure, but his kit is so reliable that he remains solid in most ranks. Starting with the S+ tier for low elo, we have got Briar, Volibear and Warwick, and this shouldn't surprise anyone. Briar can get nerfed 10 times and she will still dominate in lower ranks. Her clear speed is great, her sustain is ridiculous, and her dwelling potential is unmatched until much higher ranks. Even when she runs it down once or twice, her kit allows her to snowball incredibly hard off early fights. She is simple, fast and effective. As long as she exists in her current form, she is going to remain top tier below Diamond. Volibear, even after nerfs, is still the same early game monster. The simplicity of his engage and the reliability of his tower dives make him one of the most effective junglers for punishing laners who overextend. He falls off later if games go super long, but most games in these ranks don't even reach that point. Just press R, turn off the tower and make plays, it's that simple. Then there's Warwick, another low elo demon. Despite his nerfs, his kit remains perfect for solo queue. Great sustain, strong 1v1s and one of the most forgiving jungle clears in the game. His ganks are still dangerous and people constantly underestimate his healing. If you are below Diamond and you want to climb, Warwick is a great pick that rewards consistency and early control. Moving into S tier, we have Jarvan and Wukong. Jarvan continues to be one of the most flexible and well-rounded junglers this patch. He's strong at all stages, easy to execute and work with nearly any comp. The engaged power from Cataclysm and his early game pressure through ganks make him excellent for anyone looking to be proactive. His simple EQ combo sets up kills for your laners and he scares surprisingly well with just a couple of items. Wukong on the other hand is a bit more nuanced. He's not quite as dominant as before, but still performs very well when played properly. His clear is smooth, he's got great teamfight potential, and his ability to outplay with clone makes him forgiving even when you misstep. His nerfs didn't gut him, they just made him less oppressive. He remains S tier for low elo, but you will need to be a little smarter with your early petting. In A tier we have got Pantheon and Zac. Pantheon just got some jungle buffs, and they have the lot. He finally feels smoother, especially in early clears. His early ganks are terrifying. A well-timed W stun and empowered Q can easily force splashes or secure kills before 5 minutes. He is not a scaling pick, but if you want to snowball early and control the game pace, Pantheon jungle is finally back. Then there's Zac, one of the most underrated junglers right now. People forget how effective he can be when played well. His engage range, CC and durability all provide insane value, and he scales incredibly well into mid-game fights. The reason he is not higher is because he is a bit harder to master. Landing proper elastic slingshots and knowing when to engage takes experience. But once you have got that down, he is a monster. Finally, in B tier we have Graves. Graves is in a weird spot. Riot tried to shift his power into bruiser builds, but those aren't great right now. Lethality into crit is still his best setup, but it's not nearly as dominant as before. He's fine if you're comfortable with him. His clear is still one of the smoothest, but he's not the most efficient pick if your goal is to climb quickly. If you're Graves one trick, you will still perform, but if you want easy wins, there are stronger picks this patch. So that's your low elo tier list. Briar, Volibear and Warwick are your easy carries. Jarvan and Wukong are your balanced and consistent picks, and Pantheon, Zac and Graves are your situational ones depending on comfort. Now high elo is completely different story. In high ranks, mechanics, coordination and early game tempo mean way more, and the jungle meta reflects that. In S+ tier we have got Qiyana, Diana and Jarvan. Qiyana has been quietly dominating high ranks. Her jungle clear is efficient, her early mid potential is scary, and her ability to control fights around objectives is unmatched. In smaller skirmishes or river fights, her ult can literally decide games. The skill ceiling is high, but for players who understand tempo and pathing, Qiyana is one of the strongest picks for the patch. Diana remains a top tier AP jungler, especially if your mid laner is AD. Her clear speed, teamfight presence, and scaling are all incredible. She farms fast, she ganks well once she gets her ultimate, and she transitions smoothly into late game fights. The only real downside right now is that the mid lane is full of mages, which makes double AP comps awkward. But if you get an AD mid, Diana is a top pick. Jarvan again makes the cut. He's just that consistent across all ranks. In high elo, he's even stronger thanks to better coordination and follow-up. His flexible pathing and reliable engagement keep him near the top every patch. In S tier we have Viego, Volibear and Echo. Viego has made a quiet comeback now that players have optimized his build. He thrives in skirmishes and punishes position mistakes, which are common even at higher ranks. His resets still feel unfair when he gets rolling, and he can adapt well to both AD heavy and balanced comps. Volibear, despite nerfs, still works in high elo when played well. Riot tried to nerf his AP build, which is his most dominant build, but it doesn't matter. This champ has like 4 other builds that he can go with and still do the same thing. He is a great frontline pick, has good damage and good clear speed, and his scaling is decent as well. You don't have to drop this champ after this nerf if you used to play him before as well. Echo is another AP jungler that fits well into the meta when you have an AD mid. He's fast, safe, and scales incredibly well. His burst and reset potential give him strong objective control, making him a reliable pick for coordinated play. In A tier we have Wukong and Graves again. Both are solid, but much more situational now. He lost a little bit of damage and his cooldowns were slightly increased, but doesn't stop the Monkey King. Sure, he is not that dominant solo carry champion as he once was, but he still offers value to the most team comps. He's perfect when your comp needs a frontline or secondary engage. Graves still farms insanely fast and can dominate with the lead, but the bruiser adjustments hurt his flexibility. Lethality into crit remains fine, but is not as effective in coordinated play. You can make him work, but he's no longer the powerhouse he used to be. He needs 1 or 2 patches before Bruiser Graves can finally make a comeback. Until then, you're probably better off playing someone else. Finally, the B tier, Zac, Warwick and Briar. These 3 are very hit or miss. Zac can work if you know how to create proper engage angles and your team follows up, but in high elo he's easy to punish early. Warwick and Briar lose most of their low elo power since players know how to kite them, punish their engage and manage vision properly. They can still work if you're one trick, but they are not fitting well into the current high tempo meta. So to sum it up, patch 25.20 didn't completely flip the jungle meta, but it definitely shifted the balance between early game duelist and scaling carries. In low elo, simple and reliable champions like Briar, Volibear and Warwick still dominate. They are consistent, forgiving, and win by brute force. In high-low precision and tempo-focused picks like Qiyana, Diana, and Jarvan are leading the pack. If you want to climb, play what fits your strength and the coordination level of your rank. Don't chase flashy picks, play what wins consistently. Don't forget, I still offer jungle coaching, both free and paid. In paid, we got more in-depth, but even with free coaching, you will get a lot of value out of it. Just read the reviews on my Discord server, and I'm working on the most in-depth Graves guide on Mobile Fire. So join the Discord to not miss any updates regarding that either. And I want to know which junglers are you climbing with this patch. Drop your pick down below in the comments and I will reply to as many as I can. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.